Magandang umaga!
Good morning!
John at Chim! Sawatika! Marhay na aga!
Maya payabok!
Masanto sa kabwasan! Maayong buntag!
Naimbaga bigat!
Maayong buntag!
Gising na! Pamilya at Pilipinas!
Hey everyone! For the last time, magandang umaga, gising na pamilya at Pilipinas. Today, for the final episode of Daily Dose, I want to talk about something that I think all of us can end with and take forward from here. And that is the importance of maturing in our relationship with God and what it's going to take. Every single one of us, when we came to know God, when we professed Jesus is Lord of our life, it was the greatest day in our life. It was exciting. It was fun. But then life happens. Challenges come up. Our emotions get the best of us. Our old sinful habits and our characters that we thought we got rid of poked their head back up and said, "Peekaboo, I didn't go anywhere. You still have to grow in your character." And it's in those moments that it can become challenging. Satan is going to come after you. When you came out of the waters of baptism, you had a target on your back. Life gets challenging. And that's why Jesus says in Matthew 28 at the end of his ministry, yes, you got to make a disciple. Yes, you got to baptize them. But then you got to teach them to obey everything I've commanded you. He says, surely I'm with you always to the very end of the age. And that's my message to you today. Jesus is with you. But that doesn't mean that it's over. That doesn't mean that it's going to get easier. Let's turn our Bibles to Matthew chapter 13. In Matthew chapter 13, the parable of the sower talks about the second soil. A soil that in verse 20 says, receives it with joy and excitement. But since he has no root, he lasts only a short time. You know, if you don't die a faithful disciple, you lasted only a short time. Because your life, however long or short it may be compared to eternity, is a glimpse. He only lasts a short time when trouble or persecution comes because of the word. Life doesn't get easier as a Christian. Truth be told, it's going to get harder as a Christian. Now you're going to get stronger, but it's going to get harder. It says, when trouble and persecution comes because of the word, he quickly falls away. He quickly falls away. Life is going to have its challenges, but God is in control and he has a plan for your life. Believe it or not, life gets better the older you get as a disciple. You see, God has a plan for your specific life. I love that the Bible says in the Old Testament that at the end of David's life, when God's plan had been fulfilled in his life, then he rested and he died. God has a plan for you. If you're alive right now, it's because God has a plan for your life. But you have to make sure that you match up with that plan. And the second seed, the second soil, it ends up dying. Why? Because it does not have deep roots. Roots are something that's crucial. And I think that all of us, we become disciples with such an emotional excitement and things are fun and relationships and DAVAO and all these things happen. But then that excitement, that emotional burst is going to eventually die down. And what remains needs to be conviction, needs to be deep roots. I know right now that many of us may be struggling in one way or another. God has a plan for your life. But to fulfill that plan, you've got to dig deep in your roots. You've got to grow in your convictions and your knowledge of the scriptures. You've got to grow in your relationships. In order for God's plan to come true in your life, you must grow. I want you to take bamboo, for example. We've talked about bamboo before, but what makes bamboo unique is how it grows. If you plant bamboo, year one, you're going to see no growth. Year two, no growth. Year 3, 4, no growth. After 5 years, you're not going to see any growth. But after 5 years of being planted, In 6 weeks' time, bamboo will grow up to 80 feet. 5 years, you see nothing. 6 weeks after that 5 years, 80 feet. What happened? The bamboo didn't start growing after 5 years. The bamboo was always growing. The bamboo was growing down. See, the first 5 years of bamboo's growth is roots, stabilizing itself. And so when you do see bamboo that's 80 feet high, the reason it can endure immense storms and challenges is because it has developed incredible roots. It's the same in our relationship with God. Focus less on the visible growth, impressing people and looking good. Be honest with yourself and be honest with the people around you of where you're at. Focus on building your relationship with God. You see, good things take time and they're not going to be easy to get. But consistent growth is necessary in life. You must be growing all the time. This is why it's so important that we have quiet times every single day. This is why it's so important that we get open about our sin regularly. This is why it's important that we consistently meet together at church, because we need to develop deep roots. God has a great plan for your life. I know that for certain. If He called you, it's because He has something in store for you. But if you want to see what it is, you've got to stick around. You've got to stay faithful. And the only way that's possible is if you develop deep roots. I want to encourage every single one of us today. Let's make a decision that we're not going to be the second soil. Let's make a decision no matter what may happen, no matter the persecution, no matter the challenges, no matter the trials, no matter whether we've been a disciple for 1 year, 1 decade, or 40 years. We're going to continue to dig our roots deep so that one day we can all get to heaven and we can worship God for the rest of eternity. And that is the final dose. Hey everyone, I hope you're enjoying the videos. Please make sure to like our Facebook page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to do Bible studies, have any prayer requests, please click the link below and we want to help you in your relationship with God.
Why do you look so sad?
It's over. I just can't believe it's the last episode of the Daily Dose.
Yeah. That's true. Today was the last day of the Daily Dose. But that doesn't mean it's over.